It's the Memphis Sports Network, WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, WMFS FM and HD1 Bartlett, WMFS Memphis, ESPN 790 AM and 92.9 FM ESPN.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 as we talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes on this, the TWRA Mid-South Junior Fishing Rodeo Day. And I'll be hustling out to Johnson Road Lake behind Germantown Baptist Church. Registration starts at 7 this morning, 7 to 9. We'll start fishing from 9 to 11. Going to talk throughout today's show about the rodeo itself and what's going on, because we do have new rules, and we've also got he'd have his Vanishing Paradise cap on and his UT shirt on. Good morning, Bill Cooksey.
Morning, Larry. Go Vols.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. Okay, and of course Ron Wong will come roaring in here. This is the St. Jude Golf Classic, the 60th anniversary of the St. Jude Golf Classic. So Ron is out there and in there, and he's heading out there after the show, and he'll come rolling in here in a few minutes because he knows we're not going to talk fishing until the second segment. So he'll just let me and Bill roll on the fishing rodeo.
I want to hear about the rules.
The rules. Yeah, we will. We announced it a little bit, but there are no rules.
Can I compete this year?
No, you can't, but we did lower it to 5. It's 5 to 12 as the ages, and put the 5-year-old in there because we know a lot of them have been fishing anyway, claiming they were 6. They'd go up and ask me, and I'd ask them how old they were, and they say 5, and mom and dad or somebody else, oh, no, you're 6 now, remember? So not only that, we're not going to it's not going to be a competition today. We're going to draw the grand champion, or just the person that wins the trip to Blue Bank Resort, and they're going to get to go. We're going to draw out the lifetime hunting and fishing license, and we're going to let the kids fish. There will be no point system. There will be no combining stringers. There'll be no worry about who casts what.
Just fish.
Just fish.
I like that.
And so we will line up after it's over. If they do catch a big fish and they want to get it weighed, we'll have big fish for the different age groups, and they can bring those in. But there will be no more policing. We'll be out there to help you. We want people to have fun. Now, this is something new.
Isn't that what fishing is supposed to be?
It's what it's supposed to be about on Free Fishing Day for sure. But this will be different. There'll be some people that's going to show up out there today and not understand that it's a family event. This wasn't just my decision. This was the TWRA in meetings. And believe it or not, we have had a lot of cheating. I'm not saying cheating. Now he comes in. He's got on his cooking outfit. Cheating at a fishing rodeo should not be allowed anytime. And anyway, we do have some rule benders out there. But there will be no competition today. It'll just be fishing from 9 to 11. As I said, registration from 7 to 9 at Johnson Road Lake, right behind Germantown Baptist Church. Just a beautiful facility out there, and we're hoping it'll be fun, and the weather will cooperate, 'cause we've had great weather. And good morning, Ron Wong.
Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm wore out.
Yeah, he's wore out. He's been.
I am wore out.
He got back from God's country over there at Lake Dardanelle with the.
It was horrible.
Yeah, the weather.
The weather was absolutely
horrible.
horrible.
Yeah, and well, that's part of the game, isn't it? When you fish in June and May and places like this, and
Yeah, it's been pretty strange, this weather. It's cold, it's hot, it's rainy.
pretty good storms come through. A lot of rain, and our good friend Mark Davis. Was
good to see.
It was good to see Mark be very competitive, really competitive, and then Steve Kennedy, who we're going to have on later in this show to talk about his experience. I'm glad to see him win too. I've heard. I've never had a chance to talk to Steve, but Ron has.
Known him for some number of years, and
he's not a rookie.
No, he's not a rookie, and he's a lot unlike most of the professional fishermen.
Yes,
he is just a good fisherman.
He is that.
Up until this year, he was running a boat that was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Never got a new boat every year. He never upgraded his electronics. The man is absolutely excellent in terms of skill, being able to read the water, put together all of the factors to make you successful. And, over the years, he's won a lot of money just by being a good fisherman. And I have to tell you, he found his place where he won the tournament on the last day of practice, and he had he saw the place. He didn't know how to get into it, and he finally found a way to get into this. It was a borrow pit, is what it looked like, and it was pretty amazing. Both him and Mark Davis got away from the crowds and went 40 miles upriver. Near the dam on the Tennessee River there. A lot of the guys that did well on the first day essentially caught all the fish in the area, and that was in an Illinois bayou, and a lot of people know where that's at. It's
I know where that is.
Huge area there by the state park at Dardanelle.
Yeah.
I know when I was in there, I counted, and it's a very big area, I probably counted 20, 25 boats, different anglers, and they whacked them the first day. It was very clear water.
Yeah, they had good weather.
Arkansas weather.
Yeah.
For the Arkansas River. And so they were able to catch a lot of fish. However, once that place got beaten up, the fishing just slowed down next to nothing. Go out to lroutdoors.com and see some of the pictures. It was pretty amazing. The guys that did well.
Yeah, look at that, because I'm in the top 5. There were some pretty good names in there. I think Strike King was happy.
Matt Lee was in the top 12. Mark Davis, KVD.
Yes, third.
Yep, and
how about Mark Menendez, buddy?
Mark Menendez, I followed him
I know you did.
one day for about 2 hours,
and
he was smart enough to fish on the edge of the river going into a big creek where the water was still stained, but he had the area to himself, and that's why he was
finished
able
fourth. Finished fourth.
And
I want to back up to something you said earlier about you counted 25 boats in a huge area. And most of us wouldn't, especially those of us who fish Kentucky Lake, that's not a lot of boats.
Yeah.
Those guys, 25 boats, are like 200 boats with somebody like me on the front deck casting.
Well,
I mean, the way they can cover water and beat fish up.
Well, not
is a
only
whole
do they
different
cover
world.
water, it's how they do it.
Yeah.
They're going to use things that you're not going to
I leave
use,
a lot
or
of
I'm
fish
going
behind.
to use.
Right.
And therefore, Bill, you're exactly right. you get that many boats in there of people that know how to fish, guys that know how to fish.
Really?
And they are going to catch them. You know, if you look at the first day's weight, the majority of that weight,
Yeah.
including Kevin Van Dam, who was in first on the first day.
That's right. Yeah.
Caught him in Illinois Bayou. Now, Kevin Van Dam on the first day had 19 pounds. He was using a technique in there that nobody else was using. He was using a jerk bait. Now, whoever thought of using a jerk bait in the summertime? Right. However, he knew that these fish were transitioning
He's KVD,
out.
man.
and, you know, Bill, that goes to your point.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought that?
Exactly. They find something to catch a fish in every stage in that body of water.
And how to do it.
That's why they do what they do.
So they don't leave anything behind for the rest of us.
Absolutely.
Whereas the rest of us leave plenty behind for people like them.
You
That's
know,
true.
Eventually,
Yeah.
I have to tell you, it was pretty funny the last day of the way, and people.
Which was on a Monday, which is very
Monday,
unusual.
Yeah. They've had it happen one other time this year because of weather, but this was scheduled. But Monday morning, we all got that weather alert at 2:33 in the morning.
Yeah, here
every
it comes.
one of us.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was loud, and you
Yeah.
know, each and every person talked about it. And the guys that were fishing offshore on the Arkansas River knew they were in deep trouble.
Yes.
Because of the high water. They were letting 170,000 CFS of water through the dam, which brought the river up about a foot in a couple hours.
In a couple of hours.
And that just messed up the guys that were fishing offshore, Mark Davis being one of them.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk to Steve Kennedy on today's show. We're going to talk a little crappie with the one and only Sam Heaton.
And by the way, Brandon Pollinek, who we're
yes, sir. Yeah.
He did well on that, and we've got some pictures of him, and
that's right.
Watched him do well.
But I'm really looking forward to talking. Hopefully, hook up with Steve Kennedy because second at the Classic. You know, we can mention that. This guy's been around a while. But at the same time, as Ron's, I don't know who would call Ron this early in the morning. It must be another Wong checking in with him there. But also, we're going to talk. Listen to this guy. We just hope this works out. The one and only Dale Sanders on the trail, on the Appalachian Trail. We're good to go, we think, with Dale this morning. I'm not sure where he is. And I wanted Dale on because on next Wednesday, June the 14th, he will turn 82 years old on the Appalachian Trail. And he started back in, I think it was March. I'm not really for sure, but April, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to talk to Dale. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the big bass, the Simmons Big Bass Bonanza over in Arkansas, which is a huge, huge thing over there where they catch fish by the hour. And we're going to talk to the person who knows all about that because I think a guaranteed $50,000 for the big fish. That's guaranteed.
That's one of the oldest big bass tournaments in the nation. It's been held on the Arkansas River there, and it's just not confined to one area.
300 miles.
That's right. And
that's 300 miles of Arkansas River.
But there are a couple of pools where they tend to come from, right?
Pendleton is one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's the lower end. It's a little bit more spread out. It would not, with the conditions like they are now, though.
Yeah, I don't know what
that's. A lot of the dams and lakes that are holding water back because of all the rain we had, like Table Rock, Lake of the Ozarks, and all of them, which feed into the White River, but the White River feeds into the Arkansas River. They're all holding water back now because of the high water already on the Arkansas River. I can't tell you how many lower units were changed out at the Elite Tournament.
Really? Yeah.
Because of floating debris in the water. You can't hardly see these big logs under
They had to make
water.
pit stops, didn't they?
They changed 2 lower units on the water.
On the water?
During the tournament.
Well, so these, and these are not professional fishermen fishing in this thing. These are the everyday guys.
Yeah. Somebody will catch them.
Yeah, well, last year they caught some big ones. But
there's some good fishermen over
there. There's some good fishermen over there. So we'll talk to Jill Thiel. She is heading up the association over there that's sponsoring that event. And then again, try to hook up with the one and only Dale Sanders and talk a little bit about the fishing rodeo. So let's wind it up, and then we're going to try to talk to the man who we can just let him go. We don't have to ask him a question. Sam Heaton's coming on here, one of our favorite, and Ron Wong has lined this up, and he is our interpreter for Sam Heaton.
You know, we ought to get him on the turkey show next year, too.
That is true.
He loves to
Well, we'll just nail that down.
So,
that would be great.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. And Stuart Settles is in. I forgot to say that because Greg Ratliff is big time this week. So we'll let Stuart handle everything. Be right back on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.